Since Taz was confirmed to be Virtus Pro's in-game leader for the foreseeable future, they've looked a lot better at the two LAN events they've attended, EPICENTER and the Invitational in Shanghai. Obviously at EPICENTER, most of you probably know, they played really well, beat out teams like FaZe, G2, best of threes, and then really pushed SK in a really nice best of 5. Went on to Shanghai, obviously a little bit of a smaller event. Lost a map to Flash, which you could argue they probably shouldn't, but then they dealt with teams, they dealt with Renegades here in the group stage, I believe, and then in the semi-finals again, they've 2-0'd Heroic, not a bad team. But then coming into the grand final, they just completely lost out to Renegades. You'll see over here that they've not even made it competitive really. I mean 16-8 and 16-10. And I'm going to look at today what changed between this game here where they really pushed SK and the Renegades game where they just got completely pushed over. So in this round here, I'm going to talk about how passive they actually are, which is different to how they normally play, and for the rest of the video, it's going to be a different tone about their aggression, but just for this particular round, I'm going to talk about how passive they are and how it's not their usual play style. For instance, like here, they got the mid control. Obviously, Neo's going to come in and help with a few flashes for Taz to hold middle. They have no control of anyone boosting, as you can see Renegades are doing right now. Another thing I don't like is this hold from Pasha and Bialy. I mean, they're not really achieving that much. Taz still has to worry about when he's like, he could get shot in the back now from Alice. Luckily for him, he doesn't, because Bialy's not really covering it from that angle. And Taz ends up walking in because they weren't covering that underpass boost and they had no one there, and just getting killed. And Snacks has been sitting here the whole time, and he didn't attempt to go in with him. He just kind of sat here and watched Taz peek. No flash, no anything. And as the round continues, nothing really changes. See, these two still just sit here. I mean, I like this from Pasha. That was very good, needed information. But besides that, they just, like again, they're just sitting in these positions. This one smoke comes out and they're both basically rendered useless. They go for this little boost here, but they're struggling. But you see Snacks still just sitting here. You're kind of useless, you're not getting any information. And Neo's stuck here, and now he realizes, they're all up on B. And look at the minimap. You got Snacks, he's just coming to kitchen now. Neo's stuck here, he gets picked off, and basically this round's over. There's no way you're not retaking. There's 3 people in the site. Nifty's flanking, and yeah, this is something they're doing quite regularly in the Renegades game, from what I could tell from the couple of matches I watched. Admittedly, I didn't watch everything. Unfortunately, I got a lot of uni work I got to do, so I ended up watching Mirage and Train from both maps, from both series, because they were both played. And yeah, so I'm going to contrast that now to a round of what they were doing against SK. So again here, similar setup to last time. You see you got Neo and Taz kind of locking down the middle from the short and the connector positions. This time Bialy's up here getting information, which I like. A little bit more aggressive. He's actually achieving something unlike last time. I think this is a lot better. So pretty similar though in middle. So SK have taken middle control. Fallen's mollied in. Neo re-smokes from short connector. I actually like this because I think this angle is very powerful if connectors smoked off. It allows Taz to do quite a lot. The boost is coming in similar to last time. But here's the thing I really like about this, is this flash in from Pasha allows Taz to get information. Look, he clears unders. So he knows no one's running back that way, so they can work out it's most likely going to be an A hit here. You see the window boost is still in, but that flash just allows so much information, allows Taz to check so much. And you notice here, they're obviously aware the boost could still be a thing, but with the last clip, say Snacks had flashed in for Taz to peek that or something, Taz could have still been alive. They could have got that information, because I mean, I like the idea of Taz peeking into window room. They kind of needed to clear that, but the fact he just did it dry without any help is what I had a problem with, and that's one of the differences I noticed quite a bit between the SK and Renegades thing. I don't know if it's a factor of they don't give Renegades enough credit, they don't respect them enough like they do AK, but yeah, that was something I noticed as a big difference between the two games. Taz goes down early in this one, he gets caught crossing to stairs, and this is what I like about this round here. If Bialy, he wants the information, look at him, he's checking all of A main. They definitely need this information with the man disadvantage. You see, he just keeps walking, clears angles like this. That's quite a common one for people to hold the A main push. You see, he's able to just sit here and get so much information. I mean, he's probably going to hear anyone approaching. He can also hear middle from this position, top mid. So he knows there's a lot of mid presence. And this is something that wasn't done against Renegades. I believe Bialy actually keeps pushing through in a minute once he gets a bit more confident. But they never really pushed like this onto Renegades. They were just allowed to be comfortable. They were always comfortable. They could do whatever they wanted. If they wanted to set up an A smoke, they could do it. They didn't want to, like, they could move around the site so easily. And you see here, he's getting aggressive. And even though this doesn't actually work out, because he gets traded, he gets his first kill onto Tucker. He works out where the bomb is. If he'd just fallen back, that would have been a really good play, because he knows where the bomb is. The bomb's coming with 30 seconds left. But he turns around to throw that Molotov, which was an interesting choice. But you get the idea of what he was doing. pushing in, making it, yeah, a little bit uncomfortable for SK. Obviously, that's quite a bit of tension. The bomb gets dropped there. It's going to cause a bit of panic. And yeah, that wasn't really done against Renegades. They were allowed freedom, and they weren't really pressured like that in any way. So obviously VP likes to do this no respect thing where they just push in on and ecos and stuff like this. The thing about this round though is you'll see Renegades actually saved 2 guns, and they all just run at A main here. No one bothers to look at Palace. You still is able to just sit here. You see gets 1 kill, and basically it all just falls apart. Like, where's the communication? I mean, Neo's not. And look, Usula just goes to town because they all run at A main. And just throw this round away where Renegades only had two guns and I think 1 set of armor to use. And yeah, it was just, I don't know, this is just where I get the sense of they didn't have enough respect for Renegades, and that's what kind of caught them off guard. Whereas against SK, I still don't think they'd be this careless. They'd probably still want to get quite aggressive because that's just their playstyle. But something this loose probably wouldn't happen, at least I don't think so. That was apparent in the train game especially, was just giving away picks. This first one here, I don't really mind. That's an okay play. Pasha's there with him to help out. They just lose the pick. I mean, that happens in the game. You got to attempt stuff like this. This game's all about risk and reward. This is what I don't like. Once this happens, look how spread out all of Virtus Pro are. No one's really together. Snacks is kind of stuck out here. You see they try and smoke him off to help him out, but then Stiller just gets this easy pick, and then Pasha peeks by himself again. And I mean, you've got to look for picks. Like, that's why that first one I don't mind. You obviously need picks on the T side. But then this just all going out one by one, and then you'll see here, Neo's by himself. But the thing is, I mean, the round's already over at this point, isn't it? Like 2v5, you're not really achieving much. And this kind of was apparent on both sides. It wasn't just the T side. CT side, they'd get picked off really early and often start in a 4v5. And again, I'm not sure if it was cockiness or what it was exactly. I'm not inside their heads, but just stuff like this, it didn't really seem like they were playing a huge team game, more of an individual, I'm going to win this aim duel game, and that's what seemed to punish them a lot in the end. This is a round I really like from Virtus Pro. They're playing together as a team. You see the mollies come in, one from Pasha and one from Neo, and then he's flashing himself in to just check this A main here. Get information, again, very important as a CT side to get information when possible. They see no one there, so they end up leaving the player at B. Now what happens here is they all know what they're going to do. They've all talked about it. You see Pasha's out here are looking towards Ivy, and then all the smokes come in, and they're already in a position to play in front of the smokes, but you see there's no doubt in anyone's mind that that's what they're going to do. The early's got pop, and even with the miss, you see Pasha's locking this down, hits a few nice shots, but Neo's also there covering him. And you see they're very aware, they know one slipped through, and just this team plan, it just seems very good communication on this particular round. They know what's possible, where they can come from, what's being covered, and they know what their game plan is going to be. They obviously knew they were playing in front of the smokes, they're going to take any fights that come to them. And basically, they just end up rendering those smokes that SK threw useless, and you see they end up alive with all 5 players left alive, and it's a very good round. So Virtus Pro actually started off playing this very individual style in this SK game. You see they lost these first few rounds. And you see right here, they get this early pick onto Fur, who's getting extremely aggressive. As he does, of course, if you've seen my most recent video. But look at their setup. I mean, nothing's changed here since they left Palace, but they were obviously trying to go for this pick 2-man. This pairing system often works quite well. So they got the other players holding all the other possible pushes from the CT, and they end up getting this pick off early. And this is something that changed in this SK game from these 5 rounds onwards, and ended up winning the last 3 rounds. That never actually changed in the Renegades game. They just kept playing this picky style. They just kept getting punished by Renegades, and the adjustment never came through. I mean, that would make sense if it was the other way around, but this is Taz's first event in game leading, and again, I probably put it down to lack of respect for the Renegade side. And I mean, I don't really think I can put it down to more than that. That's just what the feeling I get after watching these demos. Admittedly, I didn't get to look super close because, as I said, I got heaps of uni work to do. That's just what I got. Obviously, if you found outliers, there'll be rounds that probably don't follow what I say. I mean, let me know about it. If you have time to go back and watch the demo, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you think something different, if you think there was a different reason why they won. Obviously, somebody might think like NAF is a legend or whatever. But yeah, just let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.